Have you ever noticed something strange? Some people dream bigger than anyone else. They imagine the business they'll build, the body they'll transform, the books they'll write, the life they're certain they're going to live. Yet months turn into years, and almost nothing changes. They're not unintelligent, they're not incapable, they aren't simply lazy. So what keeps them trapped? It's something far more dangerous: untapped potential. Almost everyone has experienced it. That uncomfortable feeling of knowing you could become more, yet watching another day disappear without moving any closer. Most people believe success belongs to people with more talent, more intelligence, more confidence. But that's rarely the real difference, because history is full of gifted people who achieved very little, and ordinary people who built extraordinary lives. The difference wasn't talent. The difference was action. Some people spend years preparing to begin. They read another book, watch another video, wait for another Monday, another month, another year. They confuse preparation with progress, planning with building, thinking with doing. And slowly, without realizing it, they become addicted to the feeling of almost starting. It feels productive. It feels responsible. But nothing changes, because dreams don't reward intention. They reward execution. So why do we keep delaying the very life we say we want? The answer lies deep inside the human mind. Your brain wasn't designed to help you achieve your dreams. It was designed to keep you alive. For thousands of years, survival mattered more than success. Anything unfamiliar could mean danger. Anything uncertain required caution. Even today, your brain still follows those ancient rules. Comfort feels safe. Routine feels predictable. Growth feels risky. Every meaningful goal asks you to leave what is familiar behind, and your brain quietly whispers, maybe tomorrow. That whisper becomes another day, another week, another year, until someday you wake up wondering where your life went. But comfort isn't the only trap. Sometimes what looks like laziness is actually fear. Fear wearing a different mask. Fear of failing. Fear of succeeding. Fear of being judged. Fear of discovering you're not as talented as you imagined. As long as you never begin, your dream can never be destroyed. Inside your imagination, you're still capable of becoming anything. Reality only begins when you take action, and reality carries risk. So the mind chooses delay, not because delay feels good, but because uncertainty feels worse. This is why procrastination is often self-protection, not self-discipline. Then something even more dangerous begins to happen. Your identity adapts to your behavior. You stop saying, "I'm delaying today," and you begin saying, "I'm just not disciplined. I'm not consistent. This is just who I am." The habits you repeat become the story you believe, and the story you believe becomes the person you become. That's why changing your life isn't only about changing your actions. It's about changing your identity. Every promise you break to yourself weakens trust. Every promise you keep strengthens it. Your future is built one decision at a time. Most people underestimate how expensive waiting really is, because the cost isn't measured in money. It's measured in years. The years you could have learned a skill, built a business, written a book, improved your health, created meaningful relationships. While you waited, life kept moving. One day you'll meet someone who had fewer advantages than you. Less talent, less intelligence, less opportunity. Yet, somehow, they built the life you wanted. Not because they were better, because they started. Potential has never changed anyone's life. Execution has. So where do you begin? Not with motivation. Motivation disappears. Not with confidence. Confidence comes later. You begin with one small action. Read one page. Write one paragraph. Walk for 10 minutes. Learn one lesson. Keep one promise to yourself today. Then repeat it tomorrow. Small actions don't seem powerful until you realize they become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes destiny. The people we admire were not born with unshakable discipline. They built it. One ordinary day after another. One uncomfortable decision after another. One promise kept after another. Eventually, the person who once struggled to begin becomes the person who cannot stop. Maybe the greatest tragedy isn't failure. Maybe the greatest tragedy is reaching the end of your life, still wondering who you could have become. One day, the life you dream about will belong to one of two people: the person who kept waiting, or the person who finally started. The question isn't whether you have potential. The question is,